Hello, friends. I'm back with you again. The last time we met, I was talking to you about what should be done and how do you spend your time during isolation. Just today morning, I was in a discussion with one of my friends, discussion over social media, not directly. The point we were discussing was whether fear is necessary or not. And it was a news item which was being discussed, and a statement made by a political leader was twisted, and the editor extrapolated the political leader of a particular country had said that the lockdown shall be for 3 weeks, and the press report added on that it is highly likely that it may go on till May or June. Now, this point, of course, is debatable whether this line should have been added or not. My friend was of the opinion that it's a probabilistic issue, and he was of the opinion that fear makes people go, and if there is fear created, then people will listen, because in India people don't listen unless you give a danda. I was thinking about it, and I think that when there is no medicine available, the only thing we can fight a virus with is your own immune system or your own white blood cells, which will be creating antibodies. When an antibody comes, they will be creating antigens, and this antigen will destroy the virus. And what is required for an antigen to be produced and created so many that all the viruses, the rate at which the virus reproduces, your antigen production has to be faster than that. For that, you require a lot of energy, physical energy as well as mental energy. You may be knowing that worries and thoughts also drain a lot of your calories. They burn up a lot of energy. And physically, of course, you need to divert all your resources. So that's why whenever you get a viral attack or anything like jaundice, the doctor says that take adequate rest, because rest means that your energy is not being diverted. It is being, all fully concentrated in creating the antigens which will fight the antibody, which is the virus. Anyway, that's what I feel, that if you have to be mentally strong to aid and enable resistance against this virus, you have to have control over your fear. And fear may make you do certain things which may or may not be as per the protocol which has been decided by the medical fraternity. Picture yourself a few years back. Most of us have gone through, or our children have gone through, a phase where hospitalization is required. In the phase of hospitalization, what do? The doctors prescribe the protocol. This injection at this time, this medicine at this time, etc., etc. And what is the patient supposed to do? The best thing that the doctor advises is always let the patient be comfortable. Let him be in good mood. The curtains are all green colored because green is pleasing to the eye. Let him not have any tension. Let him not have any stress. Because the protocol is being taken care of by the doctors, that is the medical side. The patient can only help the doctor by reducing his anxiety levels, being stress-free, and aiding the medicine which has gone inside in the best way possible by seeing that the mood is good and the mental state is such that it helps the body to fight the disease. Now, having said that, what happens to us during isolation is to be pictured as being in the hospital. The protocol has been decided by the government, it has told us to stay isolated, and we are all doing it. Now, what we can do to help the system is to maintain a good mood, be light, let the system, society, and our bodies be relaxed. No point in getting into panic, because that is the best immunity. So take care of yourself and avoid situations where you keep on looking into new and new data which may or may not be correct, which may put you into a state of panic or needlessly enhance or alter your anxiety levels. It's of no use to be anxious. Whatever has to be done is being done. You are playing your part, the authorities are playing their part, we are all playing our parts. The best we can do is to stay cool, composed, help ourselves and help society, and follow whatever protocol has been given. Now, this brings me to another feature which we tend to have, that is that we seek out fear. Many times you'll find that, why does a person see horror movies? Because when he gets into a state of fear and then when he comes back to normal, he looks around, he feels there's a kind of a kick he gets that, oh, I'm safe. It's like getting up from a nightmare and feeling, oh, it was not true. That is a kind of a kick you get when you seek out a lot of things which will get you into panic, get you into fear state. It's a kind of a very it's a vicious circle. We look around for things which can make us into fear, and then we look around and say, I am safe. So that relief is something which is like an addiction. So at this time when you're isolated, I think don't seek out fear. A lot of data is available, a lot of rumors are also floating around. Relax. Look around yourself, look at your children, look at your family, look at your household. It's been a long time since we really looked into our households, and that is where you will find that a lot of peace, a lot of new things, a lot of discoveries will be made, and it will be a wonderful experience. Don't lose this opportunity. Somewhere down the line, if you remember, a few months ago, people used to say, where is this mad rush going? Where will it take us? So many things happening, and actually, it was like the old song saying, stop the world and let me off. A lot of people used to feel terribly anxious, and now this is the opportunity. We are all at a slower pace, things are happening slowly. You have ample time with you. Utilize this time. I'm going to tell you a few things about this is going to be a series of talks. One of the things is self-worth. Utilize this time to look at your own self-worth. We all, even during this clampdown, lockdown, we all have to eat, and I'm sure one of your family members must be going out to buy vegetables. Good old days, we used to go out to buy vegetables and we used to haggle with the price, we used to bargain. And if the price was fixed as, say, 30 rupees a kilo, we would try to bring him down. Arey bhai, 25 ka de do, 28 ka de do, 20 ka de do. And somewhere down the line we would bargain. Now, picture yourself as to why would you not give him 35 rupees? The answer is simple. It's because he's already displayed the price tag as 30. So who would give him 35 when he's asking for 30? So it's the price tag which is important, the value you add to your product. My question is, what is the price tag you have placed on yourself? This is something you must ponder about. Go back to your childhood. Hear the voices. What are they saying? अरे इससे तो होगा नहीं. ये तो मैथमेटिक्स में फिसड्डी है. Or, oh, you want to be an artist? Can't even draw a straight line. It's not for you. Etc. etc. Somewhere down the line, these voices, as you grow up, have decided your own self-worth. They painted a picture, and most of us believe this. And we think we are incapable here, we can only do this is our line. Maybe that was not what really was for you. Maybe that was not up to your liking. But we molded ourselves to start liking what we are doing. What is happening is that the self-worth which should have come from within has been planted from outside. Our worth, our value is not decided by ourselves. When I look at you, do I look at you as a mirror reflecting my picture that, am I looking nice? Am I able to impress you? When I look at everybody else, do I look only mirrors or do I see another human being? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you're only looking for appreciation and approval from others, then I think somewhere down the line there is a need for self approval and self appreciation. Not just mere words, but deep within, if you look at your inner core, you'll find that there is a lot to be appreciated, which perhaps we've missed during all these days in our rat race, in our proving to us, to ourselves as well as to others, as to why we are good, getting some set of parameters, something called merit, something called marks, and trying to get up to that level and that ladder and see, I proved myself, I am this and that. Where is the self appreciation? Where is it that your inner core says, God, this is what I had done and it was good? If you look into the past, many times I tell people that the best exercise you can do is what I teach in my USP courses as the mirror exercise. Sit in front of the mirror, look at yourself, look into your eyes. We have this habit of, combing our hair and looking at, am I looking nice, this okay, this thing. Not that. Look into your eyes deeply. You'll find that friend who's been with you and will be with you till you die. It's your companion, you yourself. You are the passenger who will be in this train from starting to end. Others may get on to a station, may get off on another station, but you will be the one companion who will be sitting in this train journey from beginning to end. So look at yourself carefully. I am sure this has been my experience. A lot of times you will experience what is called guilt. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake I made. Oh, if only I had taken that decision, maybe I would have done that. I would have reached there. But when you deep inside, when you take the help of your inner self, you take help of your mirror, tell yourself that was that not the best alternative at that time? At that time you had chosen the best because that was what you felt. That was a decision you had taken. Subsequently, what happened is not important. The important thing is you chose the best alternative which you thought was the best. So you were honest to yourself. Whatever happened later was only an outcome. Now is the time to go back. Visit yourself, revisit your inner self, and understand this, that the inner self will always forgive you. It knows that you did things at that time, whatever decision you took was the best you thought. Whether it turned out this way or that way doesn't really matter. What really matters is your innocence at that time, pure innocence, because you thought that was the best course of action. So fine. Society may say anything, others may say anything, but you communicate with your inner self and you'll get your right answers, because that will take you out of your guilt. The best way to convert your guilt is to convert it into purity, and that is why we have the Ekshap principle which I have, in which the best thing is to have paropkar. The paropkar part will take away all the guilt which you have, and it will release you from these little small tinges which you keep getting all the time. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I should have done that. Living in the past usually creates problems, not only mentally but also physically. A lot of problems, people who come to me for certain ailments, especially thyroid, they have a typical problem. Mera number kab aayega? I wish I would have done that. Those kind of things can manifest themselves physically. I'm not saying that it happens all the time, but by and large, these thoughts, these negative thoughts, they do affect you. So be careful, take care of yourself. See you till the next time, and we'll meet again. Thank you. Take care.